Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Released just a few weeks ago, these new Pokemon games have taken the fan base by storm for a multitude of reasons. Being the first truly open world games in the franchise, I decided it would be fun to attempt a day one Nuzlocke without really getting any help from Google or the chat. I wasn't sure how the Nuzlocke rules would translate into these games, so I did my best to follow the basic rules as best I could for this initial run. My goal was to see if the games would be as easy as some of the other recent entries, or if Game Freak finally made a game that would push me to the limit again. So without further ado, here's how my first Nuzlocke attempt of Pokemon Scarlet went. We started off by naming ourselves Doots before messing around with the customization, eventually picking Scarlet colored hair since we're playing Scarlet. We're then introduced to the region and I guess Pokemon as a whole or something, as the scene transitions to our character pretending to study in his room. We say hi to our mom before Clavel comes in to have a meeting with her. Grabbing our things from our room, we make our way outside to be introduced to the three starters of the game, strutting down the hill towards the villa to meet Nemona, and choose Fuecoco as our starter. We of course name him Little Chubbs V5 to carry on the legacy of that name. Okay. Oh my god, Chubbs! Chubbs! No! Immediately. Go in, throw Ultra Ball, run.
Run.
Are you?
Oh!
What?
Chubbs!
What?
Chubbs is gone.
Are you?
Oh, yes.
All right, Chubbs, this is your time. There's no other option here. You have to be the one.
If Chubbs doesn't do it, we're about to get swept.
Bite? Oh, that's a prediction.
That's not good.
Okay.
That's not
Okay.
good.
All right.
I think you can get a hit off before you got to heal.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it. It's just so fast.
No crit, no crit, no crit.
No!
No! The crit! We wiped! No! We wiped!
Drum beating. Oh, it doesn't say. Look at that. It's nothing. 34. Nothing. Grassy terrain attack. Drums. The game then thrusts us into a battle with Nemona, but since she chooses the grass starter, we just spam Ember like a skilled gamer would and take her out in 2 hits. Clavel says some BS to us before we get to catch our first forced encounter in Lechonk, naming him after our very good pal from Final Fantasy XIV, Vothri.
Oh, yes, of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
But not without attracting more attention than we had intended. Oh my god, they keep following me. Why are they still following me? Dog, I get it. Stop. Bro, what are you doing? Go away. What? Stop. We spot our almost dead legendary Pokemon friend on the beach, and after a near-death experience where our smartphone saved us from breaking every bone in our body, we feed it a sandwich to somehow heal its wounds or something, and follow it into a nearby cave. This is where we get our second encounter, Diglett, promptly catching it with ease and naming it Squiglet. We're then surrounded by super friendly and not menacing at all Houndours, which scares our lizard motorcycle friend, causing it to save us from certain doom. Speaking of certain doom, we meet Arven after this, whose Pokemon immediately gets destroyed by Chubbs before we finally change our uniform, run into our next encounter, Buizel, name it Glogan, and travel to the front gates of the first big city. But not before Nemona ambushes us and forces us to battle her again. Her grass cat dies easily again, but things get a little crazy once she terastallizes her Pawmi. It hits us with a Thunder Shock, bringing Chubbs down to just 8 HP and forcing me to swap into Squiglet. This is where I thankfully realize her Pawmi only knows Thunder Shock. So after a few scratches and a couple turns of burn damage, we finish it off and can finally move on with our adventure. As the scene shifts to the city in front of us, we're able to catch a glimpse of our school before noticing some Team Star people picking on someone, resulting in another quick and fiery death at the hands of Chubbs. Nemona then hands us the Terra Orb, which allows us to terrasilize our Pokemon, leading to a quick victory for Chubbs over the second Team Star member as well. A bunch of exposition stuff happens here, so I'll try to speed through this part. We meet our classmates and talk to Arvin again before someone mysterious hacks our phone and asks us to take down all of Team Star by ourselves. Clavel calls me to his office to introduce us to Professor Seda, who's doing some important research in a crater or something, and Clavel sends us off on our adventure with a rousing and inspirational speech. Okay, now for the fun part of the game. With the game finally opening up for us, we traveled to the east of Mesagoza to look for another encounter. We were trying to prioritize getting a Gen 9 encounter if possible, which we were lucky enough to run into eventually. However, I quickly found out this little mushroom rock was absolutely cracked. So after almost losing multiple Pokemon to it, we ran away to heal up and rethink our approach. I decided to battle a few trainers to get our Pokemon leveled up a bit more, breezing through the first trainer before deciding to see what the area west of Mesagoza might yield to potentially help us out. We run into a Smoliv, which we once again catch without much of an issue. I creatively name it Smoliv Garden and decide to challenge another nearby trainer. This proves to be a big mistake. He leads with a Psyduck and, well, it's level 14? No. No, it's level 14? Are we just dead? Are we just dead here? Maybe flinch? Oh my gosh, Water Pulse, we're dead. Chat, we just lost the run. We're actually just dead, chat. I don't know what to tell you. With our starter dead in our arms, I make one last desperate attempt to save the run by terrastalizing Vothri, but a slew of Psyduck Water Pulses and confusions eventually end up decimating our entire team, ending our first Nuzlocke attempt. It was clear I needed to play a little more cautiously going forward, so I vowed to learn from my mistakes and assured everyone I would give it another go soon, ending the stream for the night. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed seeing my awful first attempt at a blind Nuzlocke for this game. We did end up having a much more successful run happen, which we actually just finished a few days ago, so expect a video recapping that run sometime this month, I think. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, as it truly does help me a ton. Also, maybe stop by the Twitch stream sometime if you want to hang out with us while these runs happen live. I'm always happy to see new faces in the chat that come over from the YouTube videos, so I hope to see some of you there. Other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all again soon with another video.